Ladies and gentlemen, my name is TotalBiscuit, live here from the Zombie Studios studio, I suppose. That's probably studio, yes, absolutely. We're currently sitting in the Department of Redundancy Department, and it is my pleasure to bring you something just a little bit exclusive. This man has no head, as you can very clearly see right there. This is something you probably haven't seen before. The only footage of this so far is actually a trailer. It's a new game from Zombie Studios. It is Special Forces Team X, and it is my pleasure to introduce to you the studio head, Jarrett Garrettson.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Why, thank you.
Okay, what have you got for us?
What we have is what we're calling a casual core third-person shooter.
Okay.
It's a follow-up to Blacklight Retribution.
All right.
And what we wanted to do is make a new quick download game. It's not free to play. It's going to be, we're still trying to find out the price on it, but it's going to be on just download, kind of the way that Blacklight Tango Down was last year. And what we really wanted to do was make a game that was quick to get into, very casual and fun, not hyper complex, and really just kind of one of those quick grab games that you can just get into and just go, and really just the thing is to have fun whoa.
He's having fun up there, I can tell you that for a fact. Get down.
Get down.
Well, this is currently in alpha, if I recall correctly.
Yes.
So, as always, folks, everything is subject to change and is not necessarily representative of the final product. With that out of the way, let's talk a little bit more about what's going on at the moment.
So, really, what you're experiencing is our stylized violence, and adding in the cover. We added a lot of new fun features. One of the main things that you really won't see until probably one of the main menus is our customizable map system, where there are 3 base tiles that are selected by each team that allow you to really change the flow of the maps. It gives you a few hundred different map tile combinations, so it allows you to not only do the same map over and over again. It gives the game a lot more replayability than your standard game with 6 maps or DLC. With this, we're able to give a lot of different gameplay. Oh no, you just got executed.
Absolutely. Well, I was destroying everyone, so I guess that was required. So everyone gets a lucky start here by the looks of it. Yeah.
So some of the other stuff is, you notice the different characters are very different in style. We've got a stylized character customization system. We have about 15 different weapons that you're able to add new features onto them, scopes and muzzles and all of that fun stuff to change the play of it. Each tile has a different candy weapon that's placed throughout the map. So rocket launchers, miniguns, all of those fun things that you would expect to see. And then my favorite is the chainsaw, which is hidden in some of the areas that you then chase people down and saw them up, which is quite fun.
That's an interesting mechanic to have for something where you pick a loadout, but then you still kind of have the old Quake style of things of, is there a BFG somewhere in the map?
Oh, I would consider the BFG the super sniper rifle or the rocket launcher, and those are, well, actually, I consider the minigun that you can get pretty much the end-all be-all. If you grab that, you can go on a pretty good tear with it.
Yeah.
We wanted to add that to make the experience different each time as well. Really, the big thing that we want to focus on is replayability and not allowing your player to get bored super quickly, and so that's where the tile system and all of these different things came into play, as well as your unlocks, where you can change your weapons up, or you can add new character clothing and everything like that. I'm really proud of the difference between this and Blacklight, and not doing the same old game over and over again just with a new skin.
Yeah, certainly. It's interesting to see that you guys who have a lot of experience in first-person shooters, possibly more than a lot of people realize, decided, oh, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do this stylized third-person cover shooter for multiplayer.
Yeah, it was a really cool decision. I think the art director really did a great job on dialing in the style, having it still have the style, but also still feeling fairly normal, so you don't turn off players with a lot of it. The characters turned out really great. They're subtly stylized like a cartoon or a comic book character, and I'm really happy with it.
Yeah, it's still got a little bit of grit to it. You know, it still looks sufficiently grimy, but it's got that nice, colourful bit of flair as well, which is also very good for identifying who you're fighting against. Because as you were explaining, the blue team and the red team are literally the blue team and the red team.
They're pretty much this kind of the story with it is it's drunken PMCs on a holiday, just running around, and because a lot of people ask about the story with a lot of our games, and really if it's a multiplayer only game, you really don't need to worry about the story. You just want to worry about the gameplay and the core mechanics more than anything else. So
it is a difficult one, isn't it? So we're going to go with Drunken PMCs on a holiday as canon explanation of what's going on with this particular game. All right, well, we're going to be going into the next matchup very shortly. It might be a good idea to have a look at weapons and gear. Let's see what's going on with that. Is that a dog?
Yes, you can call in attack dogs.
I want to call in attack dogs. There's attack dog and assault dog. What is the difference between attack dog and assault dog?
The assault dog is kind of a guided missile of sorts, and then the attack dog is more of a guard. Yeah. Oh, sorry. The attack dog.
Attack dog confirmed as more badass.
As the producer on it, the attack dog is more badass. Is the great description. Some of the weapons that you're seeing are actually. It's a very cool part of this is they're actually branded by the weapon manufacturers.
Oh, really?
We worked with one of the airsoft rifle companies that have the licenses to them, and so. We were allowed to actually license the weapons, which I believe is one of the first times that true weapons have been licensed by a game. Most of the time, you see an M4, but it's never a Colt M4. And if you were to call it a Colt M4, you'd have a letter from Colt fairly quickly.
Indeed, you would. So yeah, it's pretty awesome to see that actually in a game right there. Just looking at the various customization options, so it'll actually tell you what's currently equipped right there. Needless to say, Blacklight has a ton of that, so it's good to see that making a return here.
We like I said, the casual core game style of it was really focused to not do a lot on the gun mechanics, because we did that in Blacklight, so we kept it very light and very simple and quick. But I think that there's still quite a bit of mechanics to the gunplay as well.
Sure. You see right there, folks, I actually put an ACOG on this FAMAS right now. I do want to murder someone with an attack dog if possible, so that's something we're going to be looking to do here, regardless of my own personal safety.
And you would do that with the E, and then the grenade is F.
All right. What's this lone wolf team bonus down at the bottom here?
So when you're with your teammates, you actually get team bonuses, and then when you're away, you get other bonuses. But the whole goal is to actually, since your team, just actually use teamwork and get bonuses with that. Because at the end, you get your perks and bonuses to level up, as well as get new gear and everything. So that was kind of the idea behind it, is to allow you to go lone wolf if you want, like if you want to be a sniper or go rushing, but also if you work with your team, you can get more points by doing that.
Go doggy, go doggy. Get him, stab him.
There you go.
There we go.
Boom.
Very nice. How do you replenish your gear?
Die.
Die. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. That was a balance thing. We don't want to make in Blacklight Tango Down, we had areas that you were able to replenish, and we found that a lot of people just sat on them, and so it was more of a historical design decision of that not working in a previous game. So we learned from our mistakes, I guess would probably be the best way to describe it.
Indeed. I'm also even noticing, actually, which is very curious, this almost RPG-like element to the weapons that are on the ground, the way you can actually see a comparison at a glance before you pick it up.
Yeah, that was something that we learned once again from Blacklight, really, where we wanted to have that, but we never got the time to do it. And the UI team has a big thing that's been really cool is all of us have just been learning from our previous games and trying to better ourselves with that as well.
That is a grenade. Ah. There we go. Yep, that's... that is just something that happens in every shooter known to man. I remember dying so many times as a result of that happening. that is... Whoa,
ooh,
okay.
There you go.
Fun times. I noticed actually execution kills earlier. How viable is that? Is that something that you can very frequently pull off? You just got to get behind them and hit a button?
Yeah, and they change depending on your loadout as well. So if you have a knife or a shotgun, you do more brutal executions, and it's usually if you sneak up on them is the best way, and that's more of a humiliation more than anything else. I mean, I honestly think that sending a dog to kill someone is probably the most humiliating.
Well, you can also exploit the fact that very few gamers actually want to shoot dogs. I mean, even if you play Call of Duty, that was one of the worst things about the attack dogs actual pickup is that it's like, I don't want to shoot this guy, but I know he's going to get my throat, so I don't really have much of a choice in the matter. You're pulling on the heartstrings there.
Yeah, I honestly hope PETA doesn't show up.
I hope they do. That's good publicity for your game, I tell you, fine. So.
I'll send you the video.
All right, let's grabbing his gun. I just want to try out as many guns as possible at this stage. But I'm definitely seeing the teamwork aspect of it here because, honestly, moving from cover to cover is kind of vital here. It is very stylized. You slide into cover. You can run very quickly. But one way or the other, you want to be sticking in cover for the most part.
Yeah. We did a lot of the damage models, so it made sense to use cover more than just, run a serpentine or just get into those dance battles where you have people that are just running side by side, and it just didn't feel right for this, and so we definitely made the damage model want to make you go into cover. Yep.
Although there are, it seems like the cover's nicely balanced by the fact that almost everyone seems to have a fairly healthy supply of grenades.
Yeah. Well, each time I mean, it's just 2, so you can't really spam them out, and once again, you can't go to a depot and just keep on spamming them. So that worked out really good.
Yeah, it seems to do the job. You can definitely use those pickups to clear in a particularly tough area, and it just keeps the combat moving, I suppose, rather than just 2 teams on either side sticking in cover, taking pot shots.
Right.
It's not really all that interesting unless you...
Which is like real war.
Yes, exactly. And no one actually wants it to be like real war as much as people will claim otherwise. Oh, hello.
There you go.
That's the assist picked up. Yeah, I actually find this scope harder to use than just using the iron sights. I think, guess because it's quite sensitive, but I guess you can get some fairly hefty accuracy on it.
Yeah, and once you can get it dialed in to your and it's you're not using your home mouse and all of that stuff. There's
I'm also playing in half the screen as well,
yeah.
Which is what people don't seem to realize here is that aiming is having to be fairly ridiculously precise as a result of that, but it's fun nonetheless. Now, you were talking about business model. You were saying, hey, we're not looking to make another free-to-play game, and why is that? I mean, you've had success with the Blacklight model, surely, so why change now?
Well, when this was in production, when Blacklight was in production, and we didn't want to have 2 free-to-plays coming out and kind of going up against each other. They're different publishers, so really when we got approached to do this with our publisher, what we wanted to do is make a game kind of go back to the just downloadable model. Also, we wanted to put it onto the console, and the consoles at the time of the production weren't thinking about free-to-play. They announced their first free-to-play last week.
Yeah, they did.
And so it's it just didn't make sense. But we really like the free-to-play model as Zombie goes, because it allows people to quickly get into a game, but also gives you no excuses to make a game that all you have to do is do a bunch of marketing behind it, and pretty much fool people to get your game.
Yeah. So
you can just pretty much get the game and play it, and if you like it, you can either grind or you can just throw a couple bucks into it, and that's the free-to-play model is really good as long as you keep it balanced. But with this, we're giving you a good amount of content for a fairly low price, which I'm really happy with, and it's new and fresh, and it's not not same old, and it's I really have a lot of fun playing the game, honestly.
Yeah, it definitely seems like fun so far. It's got a reasonable amount of pace to it, and oh hello. Everyone and their mother decided to come and get me. Send out Fido. There you go. You go deal with him. And, oh, God, no! All is wonderful. Hello. There you go.
And considering you're going against the devs that have been working on this for months and months, you're doing really good. So that's a great.
That's always nice to see. I'll get shouted out on YouTube for it anyway, but that's fairly standard. I will have your saw or whatever this happens to be right here. Now, you did mention you wanted to take this to consoles. I've got to say that does bring up concerns. It always does. I think PC gamers, when they hear, oh, it's going to be multi-format, oh no, PC's going to get the arse end of it, which is never good. But Blacklight Retribution was a really great PC game. Of course, it's PC exclusive. And what kind of features are you going to be putting into this one to ensure the PC gamers actually get a good experience?
Well, this will actually have dedicated servers that people can set up their own servers, which I'm really happy about. So you can also do listen servers where you can just hop onto servers with that. Sure. We did focus on this a lot as a PC game prior. A lot of games, I've done development on both console and PC a lot, and when you start a console game, you never touch the mouse and keyboard, so you don't really dial in the mechanics of it. It has to be floatier on the console. Luckily enough, with Blacklight Tango Down, we had experience of doing a shooter on the console, so we used a lot of our experience with that and leveraging both ways. So really, it's And we've been doing Blacklight on the PC for so long, so we know what a lot of the PC players expect and want. Versus, we're making this for the console first, and then just throwing a port out for free. In our opinion, so it's not going to be like that where you have the game that doesn't have the resolution settings or all those settings that you'd expect for a PC. So
FOV and proper anti-aliasing options, rebindable keys, no mouse acceleration. Good lord, that's a real pain, I've got to say. I don't even get why. It seems so absolutely ridiculous a feature to have.
I think it's because of just the engine has got that connected with the console or the controllers, and so they don't think about turning it off. I don't know. I think most of the time with games, you're working on the console because that, in most people's opinion, is going to be the one that sells the most.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so then they just throw 3 guys onto the PC version of
it's like just get it working, make sure it actually. Oh no. I think that was a conch grenade by the looks of it, or a flashbang, but it's okay. Turns out machine gun is entirely effective in this situation. They've been trying to break this position for the last couple of minutes. It's been really rather cute, but I think, yep, he's going to go for it. He's going to go for it. No, eventually. Oh, well, never mind. The reign of terror has to come to an end eventually, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, so far, my personal opinion is it does feel really good as a third-person shooter. I think that competitively, PC has definitely lacked third-person shooters, I've got to say.
Absolutely.
I mean, recently, we did have Spec Ops, but then we had Spec Ops' own devs blasting the fact that it had a multiplayer mode in the first place. So, not exactly a ringing endorsement.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a good game.
That was a good game. I enjoyed that very much. PC port was a bit shoddy, but it was certainly playable. I mean, that obviously great storyline. But I think the PC needs a Gears of War. Like the multiplayer experience of Gears of War for 360 is a very, very important part of Xbox Live's multiplayer community. It's a very, very popular game, and with good reason. It's well polished. I am going to die horribly here. That was not happening at all. Yeah, thank you very much. And this guy's running up with a chainsaw. I'm specking the guy with the chainsaw. I'm sorry. This I have to see.
That's one of the power-ups that you can find throughout the map. Yeah,
indeed. I'm going to stick on him for a second here. Well, you already have a functional spectator mode. Is esports anything that you've got in mind for the foreseeable future with a title like this?
Well, we are actually focusing on a lot of esports. Most of it has been just getting it done, and if it sticks with some players out there, then definitely there might be an approach with that. We're definitely looking into esports with Blacklight as well. So there is definitely the growth of esports now. I think that for the past few years, it's been a very valid
This may very well be the best footage I've ever captured for any game ever. Please continue.
Sorry, yeah. So esports has been growing in the past few years, and that's been the great thing. Is I think that it's getting out of its infancy, and it's really getting prepared to become more valid. And I think that if this sticks with people and it goes, I think that we can easily see some support with that.
Certainly. Will this guy ever die, more to the point? He's just doing drive-bys with a chainsaw. It's quite wonderful. I just love the way that he waves it around his head with gay abandon. It's just like, what on earth? Finally, he is down. Finally. The hero, that KD. That is worthy of a round of applause, quite frankly. Oh, hello. Oh, man. Well, once this round's over, we'll have another quick look at the way that the map system actually works. I think people will be interested in that, and maybe if we can, we might be able to grab a little bit of customization for the character and things like that. So, we go. So, do you guys have any idea what sort of time you're shooting for release to even a ballpark figure?
Sometime this summer, I believe, is what we're aiming for. Oh, this fall, I'm sorry.
I was going to say this summer. Wow, okay, that's
quite
quick.
I don't know anymore. It's all becoming a blur.
Indeed.
That's why I always have to look at the producers for these things, because they constantly change.
This fall,
definitely
okay.
This fall.
And you're not looking for a full-priced release, I would imagine.
No. We don't know the number yet.
Of course.
But
no one ever does.
Yeah.
No one ever does. And that's something you always have to adjust, honestly. There's been a fairly hefty debate, I think, amongst PC gamers that have said, oh, cheaper is better. Here are the Valve statistics to prove it, but they don't seem to take into account the fact that those Valve statistics are for games that are on sale.
Right.
And the sale effect is so important. Like you can't release every game at $10 because then the whole value of the market goes down in general. So the value of a sale decreases exponentially.
Yep.
It's like, oh, well, this is a $60 game, but now it's $15 on sale. I must buy it now.
Right.
Rather than otherwise where you just don't buy it at all.
I mean, how many games did you buy during the Steam Summer Sale, do you suppose?
Exactly. Me, not very many because I already own them all. But
right.
Other people, hundreds, of course.
Yeah.
I think you can definitely see the benefit of that, certainly. But yeah, budget price kind of release for this one, hopefully sometime this fall. We're going to have a little look at some of the customization here, I think, and also at the map system. I saw voting going on. Mm-hmm. How does that all work in relation to the map system?
So your team votes on the tile, and then it I believe that you vote on all of the tiles, and then all the votes kind of populate off of that. So
where do we go to see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, voting begins in that time. All right, fair enough.
So you have 20-some-odd seconds to change your character or...
Fair enough. Can we tell the guys not to immediately skip through, just so we can have a quick look at it? That would be awesome.
Yeah, last time it seemed to go quickly.
It was done very fast. Enter lobby, yep.
There you go.
Voting beginning in 5 seconds. Okay, let's have a quick look at it then. So this is not something I've seen before. All right. Okay, so we can skip through here, and you'll see this part of the level. And then if I were to switch over, we could go construction, mix it up with irrigation, mix it up with junkyard, admin, water treatment container, construction, all sorts of different things. So you essentially have the map chopped into pieces, and then you cobble it all together in the way that you actually like.
Yeah, depending on your play style. So if you want to go CQB, you try to vote for as many CQB maps, or if you want to be a sniper, you could set up those deals where you add an open middle area, and then you could try to have two snipers tiles and so on. So it's been a really cool. I'm seeing this become something that will definitely want to draw inspiration for most of our games.
Yeah, it's a nice little system, actually. It does allow just a little bit more customization than usual. Plus, it's always nice to say, well, okay, I like parts of this map, but there are other bits that I don't like. And at least with this system, you could actually just take a part out of it. It's almost like the idea of, well, I really like the tunnel in Dust too, but I don't like this bit, and I'd really love to mix it up with Aztec. So, the fact that you can even do that is awesome. I forgot to take my scope off, but never mind. Oh, hello. Everyone and their mother is going this direction. Oh, I think we got him. Go, doggy. Feast on his remains. Oh, yeah, he's found something. I'll follow Doggy and see if he's found an enemy or delicious meat.
Nope. He's just hanging out now.
Oh, he's just chilling? All right. Yeah. It's like, there's drugs in the box. Well, that is not much use to us, I'm afraid. Hello. Oh, please, no.
Oh!
I think that was my face.
That
Ouch.
was a little bit of your face.
Indeed. Stylized is definitely one way of putting it. Now, there is one question, I think, just for my own personal gratification here. When I loaded the game up, I noticed that a logo I haven't seen in a while. Actually, it was the Microprose logo. Why is that there?
Because that is one of our publishers. There was also an Atari logo that you might have missed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Microprose and Atari.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's that red logo was a huge blast from the past for me.
Yeah, all we have to do is add a ColecoVision, and I think that it'll
Damn right, yeah. Just make sure you don't put LJN in there. Then everyone will be Ocean. Yeah.
Right.
I believe there's actually a good Ocean and a bad Ocean, if I recall correctly. I'm pretty sure Ocean was involved in Flashback, which was great, and then there was the Ocean that did those stupid movie games in the NES.
Right.
But let's go with the Flashback one.
Yeah, so those are our two publishers.
Very cool.
And it's been very interesting.
Yeah, it's looking good. For an alpha, it's very tight, and people can clearly see the shooting is fun. It's nicely stylized. I may or may not have just killed a friend there, but hey, we'll just go with it. It's got a nice deathmatchy feel to it, all sorts of different kill messages and things like that. Good customization, loadouts. The shooting generally feels good. It's got nice blind fire, actually, and also plenty of ways to flush people out of cover, which I think is so important in a game like this, as well as silly things like power-ups and things like that. So,
and the chainsaw.
Yeah, it's got a chainsaw. You know, we don't attach chainsaws to our guns because guns are for wimps. We just have a straight-up chainsaw.
Exactly.
So why not? Why not, indeed? All right, folks, a look at Special Forces Team X coming from the folks that brought you Blacklight Retribution. And this is coming to consoles and PC, hopefully sometime this fall. Once again, I should remind people that the footage you have just seen is very much in alpha, not necessarily representative of the final product. All going to be changed most likely, and that I think was my legs. Never mind. All right, folks, there you go. Jared, thank you very much for showing us this game today. Ladies and gentlemen, Special Forces Team X, my name is TotalBiscuit, and I will see you next time.